hot, like I keep sweating. Hey snacks, welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time joining us, welcome to my channel. I am Sniggy. Today's video I've never actually done on my channel. It's a chit chat, get ready with me, but like a more focused chit chat. It's more like a rant with me. So I'm just gonna be talking about stuff. I asked people on Instagram to tell me what they'd like me to touch on, which one of the topics I was already gonna speak about, but yeah, the other stuff is mostly your guys' suggestions. So we're just gonna rant, and you guys must comment down below your opinions on the things that I speak about. Oh, and I'm also going to be trying out, well, not for the first time, but the first time on camera, I'm going to be using my Fenty Beauty foundation, which you guys wanted me to do first. So the next one I'll do is the Born This Way one. But yeah, without too much of the intros, let's get into the video. By the way, I'm sitting on the floor because it's just good vibes. Also, it's more comfortable and like I can put everything on the table, so easier for me to maneuver, and I don't have to hold my mirror and like other stuff. So this is where my mirror is, by the way. Yeah, yesterday I got a full, in case anyone's wondering, like a lot of you guys have been asking me what lashes I'm wearing. They're extensions. Sorry. Yeah, I don't have the time to be learning how to put on lashes, so I just opted for extensions, and that's just the life I'm for. The life I'm about, especially because I don't wear eyeshadow, so I won't be tampering a lot with my eye area. But it is kind of hard to maintain not being in this area. You never realize how much contact you have with your eyes until you're not allowed to have contact with your eyes. Okay, let's jump into the topics. So the first one was it was about influencing, and look, a lot of the suggestions were very vague. They were just like influencing. I was like, okay, what about influencing? But from some of the other people I did get like a few expansions, so we're gonna talk about that. Firstly, I don't even firstly, we're gonna discuss being an influencer in Saudi and like what that comes with, specifically with not being taken seriously and not getting recognition even though you're like putting in the work, etc, etc. That not getting recognition thing for me kind of sounds like, hold on. So the not getting recognition thing, I'm assuming the person that wanted me to talk about this is someone who feels like they don't get a lot of recognition, which I feel like, just keep putting in the work. Like, it's not everyone who's gonna be jumping at your shit like the first time you post or the first time you're out here. Do you know what I mean? Like, from a personal perspective, it does hurt, obviously, and it just makes you feel like, well, is this what I'm actually supposed to be doing? Like, I look so orange. This is the shade 400. Yeah, 400. I look orange. Oh my god, I feel like it's mattifying really quick, so I need to like apply as I go. Okay, yeah, the not feeling like you're not getting recognition thing, obviously it sucks, but like just keep putting in the work. And I was saying, like, from a personal perspective, like sometimes I also do have moments like that where it's like, why didn't I get like seen to go to this event, or like why did I don't know, like, you see, the thing is, you also need to align yourself well. So if you feel like you're not getting recognized, are you really making your mark in whatever niche you're kind of working in? Do you know what I mean? Like, I can't get upset for not getting invited to like a Bernini event because that's not my content. I don't drink, so how am I gonna get mad that I'm not invited? You know what I mean?
Editing Snee with an interjection here. It also seems to come from a place of comparison. So if you just like don't compare yourself to your peers, then you won't feel like you're not getting enough recognition, because it's always a thing of I'm not getting enough recognition compared to this person. Do you know what I mean? Like it always has a comparison to it, unless you're comparing it to yourself, but like that's kind of difficult to do in this sort of context. But you know what I mean? So if you don't compare yourself to your peers, then you'll feel less like you're not being recognized as much as the other people who are doing the same thing as you.
But like, yeah, not being taken seriously was really like bad in the first few years, especially of me doing this thing as like a job. Not even by like brands or anything. Oh, actually, even by brands, but just by people, specifically people on Twitter who are not really exposing themselves to other platforms such as YouTube and Instagram and the business of Instagram. So it's like whenever you try to post your work on Twitter, people don't take it seriously, or like you're a joke. I remember I posted my very first celebrity style steal where I did Rihanna, and a few people were responding like, lol, what the fuck is this? What the hell do you think you're doing? This is such a joke. Ooh, the ghetto, you know, those type of vibes. And at first I was like, okay, it's time to clap the fuck back. But I was like, you know what? They don't deserve me. They don't deserve me like that. And when I got onto YouTube and I started reading the comments, everyone else was so excited that I had started that segment, because they were like, oh, this is so cool, so original. No one is doing this in SA.
Talented, brilliant, incredible, amazing, show-stopping, spectacular, never the same, totally unique, completely not ever been done.
So yeah, like when I got to my YouTube audience and I read the comments from my YouTube audience, people understood what was going on. So that's like how I kind of got over what the people on Twitter were saying, because anyways, the content wasn't necessarily for them. I just use all my platforms to boost this one platform. But yeah, like in terms of brands not taking me seriously, it's not even a thing of me personally. I just think it's an industry thing where they don't really understand what this influencer thing is about. Like I've actually spoken to people who manage brands and brand accounts, and they're like, what's the chat? Like, what do you do? Why should we invest in you? Like, I don't understand. And it's like, well, you're kind of the whole thing with influencers is that you're basically closing the gap between a very blatant advertisement and the people who are going to use that product, or the people that product is targeted to. So like the influencer is here where it's like, okay, here's the product and then here's the people. I am both, because I can give a real authentic experience with the product and take it back to the people who can also relate to me. Do you know what I mean? So like I think they just don't get what this middleman does. And that's why they don't take it seriously. That's why they don't want to invest in us. That's why they don't want to pay our rates. You know, the whole... Oh, I just lost the lash. You know, the whole jive. Like, it is what it is. But that should never, like, make you feel like your work is not enough. And if it does, then do more. Do you know what I mean? It should never be a thing of you're negatively impacted by this so much so that you are not now able to do your work. It should really make you want to do your work even more if you really care about what you're doing, which is what, like, I find, this is why I find the question of how do I become an influencer so annoying. It's actually just annoying. Like, that's the best word I can give you, because it's like, do you have influence? You can't become an influencer. You're just influential, and by virtue of the fact that you're influential, you will become an influencer. I mean, obviously, like, you can become a content creator, but even so, you still may not be influential. So you're not just gonna become an influencer until you can influence people, until you can influence people's consumer decisions. Like, no matter how many followers you have, no matter like, you're just not an influencer unless you're influencing people. That's just point blank, period. I can understand wanting to be a content creator, which again, why are you asking someone else how to become that? Because surely you want to create content about whatever's in your mind. What do I have to do with that? How can I help you with what is in your mind? Do you know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah. And then another thing someone wanted me to touch on was cliques within the industry. And I really, maybe it's because I just mind my own business, but like I don't see it, I don't feel it, or maybe it's because everyone likes me. Guys, people are allowed to be friends with whoever they want to be friends with. What's not cool about like the clique mentality in general is shutting other people out. But like I don't think there's any way someone can actually do that within the industry. Like if I'm getting the job, I'm getting the job. You can't make me not get a job just because you want your friend to get the job. Do you know what I mean? Like there is no real impact that cliques have on the industry. I don't know, that's just how I feel. I mean, yeah, people can be friends with whoever they want to be friends with, guys. Like that's just the tea. It's just on a social level very uncomfortable to go into a space and you can feel that you're an outsider, and you can feel that, okay, these people actually don't want me to be here. So that's like the only sad thing about it. But as long as it's not affecting my bread, my nigga, like I can't I'm just keep it moving, you know what I mean? Like if I'm still making money, if I'm still getting to work, like what else do I need? And then another thing that I wanted to touch on with influencing is mean comments. Okay, I'm very orange right now, but I'm gonna fix this. Okay, mean comments on social media as an influencer. Okay, this kind of actually relates to the thing of people not taking you seriously, but outside of that, like there's even people that leave mean comments just in general about the stuff that you've done, like your content, and it's like, for me, sir, ma'am, if you cannot walk up to a person that you see on the streets and be like, oh my gosh, your outfit is so ugly, or why are you wearing this top, or you're walking really funny in these shoes. If you can't walk up to a person in the middle of the street and say that to them, why can you type it out? You're fake. You're a fake person because you have Twitter fingers. Not Twitter fingers, but yeah, I mean, Twitter fingers is now an adjective for someone who is only bold behind a screen. Like you gotta have the bark and the bite. You can't just have the bark and no bite. And the worst part is that when you do entertain people and you're like, okay, I got time for you today, and you respond, suddenly you're mean. Suddenly you don't have to respond like this to people that are following you, or you need to be nicer to people that are following you. And it's like, are they nice to me though? Do they know that I'm a human too though? Let's be fair. Like I genuinely used to be someone who was afraid of clapping back. In general, I'm not a clap back type of person. I'm not a confrontational person. I don't like conflict. Like I just I get handy as a person in general. So that's why when people did leave like mean comments and stuff, I would never clap back. Instead, it would just hurt me to myself and I'd be sad by myself. But like now I'm like, so let's both play the game. Let's both do it. Sharp, let's go in. And people are like, I'm coming across as mean, I'm coming across as rude. And I'm like, well, did the person think about that before they left that comment though? But generally though, I don't have a negative audience. And also I feel like people online, it's never like people that follow them and know them and who they are and generally know their whole journey as an influencer who are the ones leaving the weird comments. It's always like someone who's watching this one video in isolation and not knowing who you are as a person, who's gonna come and comment some weird ass shit. Like, why are you here? Wait, context is so important. But honestly guys, like I know in the UK this TV presenter recently committed suicide because she was like, I think not necessarily because of social media, but she was already like a depressed person, and the things that people were saying triggered her and they pushed her to the edge and she committed suicide. And it's like, okay, so you guys only care when someone actually takes their life over this shit, but like when you're still saying and not caring about whatever you're saying that's really mean, it's fine. So someone actually has to die before you guys take it seriously that you're speaking to someone who's real on the other end. I'm fortunate enough to not have such a negative space on my platforms, but I guess, yeah, it does come with the territory, which I hate when people say that, when they're like, this is the job that you signed up for, you should be okay with getting negative comments, negative feedback. I'm okay with negative feedback and negative criticism, provided it is critical and you're actually telling me, okay, this is what you need to change because XYZ is not working and it's doing ABC. Do you know what I mean? Like, give back your shit up. Don't just come and be like, this is ugly. Like, I saw someone commenting actually most recently now on my what are they wearing videos, and they're like, is this how you were raised at home? First of all, don't ever bring my parents into anything. Like, literally, you could drag me for filth, that is okay, but don't ever bring my parents, don't ever bring their parenting methods and how they raised me into anything, because whoever I turn out to be is not a product of just their work alone. It's also how I received that. So comments like that really do like rub me off the wrong way. But also secondly, you must have missed the whole point of the video, especially, and this is why I feel like I have to make disclaimers when I do that type of video, where it's like, this is not a judge of character. Like, I'm not being malicious. We are talking about clothes, garments. Seriously. What's the time? Guys, I have to go to an event, but it's fine. I've got time. The next topic that my people wanted me to talk about was relationships, which, funny enough, they wanted me to talk about why I don't talk about relationships on my social media platforms. So, first of all, if I don't talk about something, it's obvious that I don't want anyone to be involved in it. Like, what else must I do? Why must I blatantly say angfuni for people to understand that it's not something I want to talk about? I get it though. Like Zama was saying, we were having a conversation about this, like Errol, and she was like, it's because you share so many other aspects of your life that people feel like, why are you not sharing this? And it's like, but can I not choose though? Can I not choose what I share? And also, how do you know that I'm sharing so many other aspects? What if I'm actually only sharing 10% and there's a whole 90% that you're not getting? Don't confirm me. Don't confirm anyone online, okay? That's the first thing. And I just think letting people have the agency to share what they want to share on their platforms is like, it's fair. It's fair. It's really unfair to expect people to share every single detail about their life, especially when they've never made an effort to share that part of their lives anyways. But yeah, the reason I don't share is because I'm Sandy. Like, that's really just it. Really, I don't want to hakibati. I'm Tandy, I'm Foodie. There's no other way to say. And I'm so sorry that you guys really want to know about this part of my life. But like, guys, dating and mjolo is a very rough terrain. It's a flimsy field. It's the games. Streets is cold, okay? So I don't want to be out here broadcasting my every move for no reason. Like, the only time you will ever meet any significant man in my life is when I have a ring on my fingers, when he has made the effort to take cows to my mother, then you guys can meet him. And even then, you are meeting him. He is not suddenly becoming a part of my social media career, because I was never making this content, and like my content has never been about my relationship. So why should I share it? It's not going to make me any money. So why should I put it on these platforms? Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, there's just, for me, there's no reason, because that's not what my platforms are about. And fine, in as much as you feel like I share so much about my life, note that those things that I do share will always have a relation to what I'm actually about on my platforms. Do you know what I mean? So I just think there's no need, ultimately. That is ultimately what I'm saying. There's absolutely no need for me to be sharing that part of my life with you. And I'm so sorry, but that's just that. But on relationships though, I saw the 50-50 topic being discussed, and think if you are trying to be okay, I think 50-50 makes sense, like in your little juvenile relationships, like sharp, we're both uni students, we don't make a living, like we're both kids. I don't expect you to be paying the bill all the time. Do you know what I mean? Like, let's be fair, we're both surviving on allowances, so I can't expect to just survive on yours alone. Do you know what I mean? So that's where like 50-50 for me makes sense. Like, okay, sharp, let's split things. But now we are grown adults making a living. I have a few opinions and things to say. Firstly, I like black men. I like Guni men. I like Zulu men. And if you know how Zulu men are raised, you will know that it's very patriarchal, right? I mean, obviously I don't go for a man who's gonna be like, oh, don't wear pants in my presence. No. Like, I don't go for a blatantly patriarchal man, obviously. But given that they're raised like this, they want to feel like the man in the relationship. So baby, how are you gonna feel like the man if you want to split the bill with me? How does splitting the bill with your girlfriend make you feel like a man? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So you can't want to be the man and wear the pants in the relationship, but then there's also some things that you compromise on. Kanjan. Especially because another reason why this sort of thing of men being the provider exists is because of historical disadvantages. So already men were the only ones who were allowed to get work. Men were the ones who are getting men are the ones who are getting higher pay. So tell me now, how suddenly, because we have to go 50-50 when already I'm not getting paid the same amount as you. I'm not the man in this relationship. Like, there's just a whole lot of factors that contribute to the fact that we shouldn't be going 50-50. You are raised to believe that you're supposed to be holding it down for your family. You're supposed to be taking care of your women, taking care of your kids. You know, that's how you guys are raised. So now tell me, baby, why do you want to go 50-50 when you have all this responsibility and you know that this is all on you? And I'm not saying that like in a expecting kind of way. I'm just saying, like, these are such institutionalized things that it's weird that because we embrace that, okay, we want men that are going to take care of us, suddenly we're gold diggers. Why? Because literally growing up, men are told you have to take care of the woman, you have to take care of your family. Like, why is it suddenly weird now that it's in the context of Mjola? I don't know. Like, y'all, you can't pick and choose when to be a man, okay? But I'm a fair girl. Like, I'm a fair hat. Okay, to be fair, like, I've never been in a situation where it's like I have to, like, as I said, Zulu man, I'm the man in this relationship. I wear the pants in this relationship. So I've never been in a situation where someone wants to go 50-50 with me. Like, it's not a thing. I'm not used to it. I'm sorry. correlate. But for those people who are really out here trying to scam their hands, it's not fair. It's really not fair. It's not fair. That's all I have to say about it. Ayikho right leyo nto, because nina ndifuna ukuba ama-men of the relationship. But I also do like respect that every relationship has its own dynamics. For me personally, because someone asked for my personal opinion, I'm not with the 50-50 thing. Like, I'm never gonna split the bill with my man. If he wants me to pay, I will pay. If he's gonna pay, I will pay. He will pay. We're never gonna sit in a restaurant and split bills. I'm sorry that if you are in a situation where you are doing the 50-50 thing, obviously context is very important. Like, no one is here telling you leave your man that you love because you guys are going 50-50. Like, nah, bro. Just do whatever you're comfortable with and whatever you're happy with, and that should be fine. Don't let Twitter decide what your relationship standards should be like, because those same people who are always like leave her girl are the same ones who will stay with their whack ass nigga. So do what your heart desires, my love. Do it. And then someone asked me, like, how do you deal with people that put in the bare minimum into your relationship, but like they treat you as if you're asking for too much? You leave. That's literally how you deal with it, my love. You leave. But on a serious note, I believe that everything starts with communicating. So if you have communicated that you feel this way about their efforts that they're putting in the relationship, and they like say, okay, sharp, I'm gonna change, and they don't, then that person doesn't respect you, and that's really just where it all goes down. Like, respect is the foundation of any relationship, I feel like, because if you respect me, you will not cheat on me. If you respect me, you will not do things that I don't like. If you respect me, you won't raise your hands at me, you won't raise your voice at me. It all starts with respect. Do you know what I mean? So if you respect me, you're gonna take what I say as a real thing, and you're gonna act on it. You're gonna try change. Do you know what I mean? So this just goes with any problem in general. It doesn't even have to be the whole thing of them not putting in effort. But also, like, ask yourself, why are they not putting in the efforts? Like, especially because that thing can be very detrimental to your ego and like just how you think of yourself and how greatly you think of yourself, and you'll be like, okay, Shitty, I'm not worth being treated in this way because this one person that I really care about and that I've shown so much love to is not putting in this effort. And it's like, well, why? Like, a lot of conversations, before you even verbally have them with someone else, you must have them internally with yourself on some, okay, why is this situation like this? And you ask yourself a few questions. You ask yourself if it's worth even debating, or not debating, but like discussing out loud with the involved party. Like, most of the time, like, it's a better option to speak out and voice out your problems. But sometimes you assess a situation in your mind and then you keep it moving. We move. Like, some things it's not always let's discuss, you know what I mean? But like, yeah, in a relationship, obviously and you talk about things, but yeah, just ask yourself, like, why are they not putting in the effort that you feel like you're putting in? Do they not recognize it? And I think it's very important as a people for you to learn your partner's love languages. You feel like you're putting in all this effort and they don't see it because that's not what they want. Do you know what I mean? They want just to spend time with you. They don't care about the words of affirmation that you give them because that is not their love language. Do you know what I'm saying? So it helps to know your person. But yeah, if you feel like they're not putting in effort, then discuss, drawing board, evaluate. But it's a shame. I'm not even gonna front and be like, leave, because obviously it's very hard to leave when you still like a person a lot. It's really easier said than done. So you start falling back mentally until you're ready to do it in real life. It's a very toxic trait. But like, what else can you do? Because you still like this person. Yeah, but sometimes like it's better to rip the bandage off. No matter how much you like a person, just go through the pain of the heartbreak and you'll bounce back way too. Like, can't or we move. I hate this we move thing. But yeah, that's my that's my thoughts on that. I remember seeing on Twitter when people were discussing ghosting, when that Han got ghosted by her boyfriend of 4 years. Personally, I've never been ghosted. I've never been made up by. Like, that's not my brand because I don't mess with niggas. So and then it's a go through zone because I just don't mess with niggas. Y'all need to leave men alone. Men do not care about anyone but themselves. I'm telling you right now. Okay, so ghosting is the wackest thing you can ever do to someone. You are a coward. You're a whack ass, coward ass. You suck as a person. Like, you have no backbone. For you to not be able to voice how you're feeling and then say, so because of X, Y, and Z, I'd like to go, or because of X, Y, and Z, please can we break up? Do you know what I mean? Don't you ever ghost someone. That's some real coward ass shit. Wow. Especially because you leave the person wondering what's wrong with them. That's the problem, is that it's never just a you thing where it's like, nah, I need to fix myself, I'm not okay. You're ghosting, which makes me think, what did I do wrong? Why is this person running away from me? What is wrong with me? You will leave the person asking what is wrong with them when actually they're not even the problem. And I want to tell you right now, you're not even the problem. When someone ghosts you, wait, maybe you are toxic, but more oftentimes than not, when someone ghosts you, it's because they have their own issues. It's never a personal thing. But sometimes it's not even that deep. Sometimes they're just an asshole, which again, it's not a you thing, it's a them thing. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, there's really not much to be said about ghosting. It's a shitty ass thing to do to someone. And honestly, if you've ever ghosted someone, you suck. I hope you trip and lose your 2 front teeth. And that's all I have to say about that. Hey, speaking of relationships, AKA is the most annoying ex you could ever have. Guys, I want to know why. Why did AKA wait for us to talk about that video going viral, wait for us to talk about the whole Zidler situation, and then come back weeks later talking about, I'm so glad whoever tweeted that video, they saved me from so much. Like, nigga, shut the fuck up. We're all over it. We're over it. And the thing is, like, people will be like, oh, why are you guys in their business so much, whatever. And like, personally for me, like, I'd never verbally express my opinion about these kind of things until now, obviously, because, you know, we're speaking. But like, yeah, people will ask like, why are you so invested in these people and like the things that they're whatever. And it's like, well, they're freaking posting it, they're making it the content for us, which takes me back to why I don't share my relationships and why I don't understand why people expect me to. I've never shared that about myself. I've never made that the content of my platforms, so they should never have been an expectation to begin with. But like with them, they've always made it so public, and obviously people are gonna wanna have an opinion and formulate an opinion about it. So don't be weird and ask us why we have things to say about other people's relationships. Okay, but anyways, wow, AKA the same. What a childish ass nigga. That is the worst ex to ever have. Wow, I'd rather die. I would rather die. That's the worst part, is that he let us talk about it for a week. Okay, not even a week. We literally spoke about it for 1 day, and then everyone got over it. And then he comes back weeks later and he wants to bring up the topic again. Yo, no ways. No ways. It's tricky. Like, when people do publicize their relationships, they never actually want to share when they're over. Like, I mean, even with influencers now, not just celebrities. Like, I've had a conversation with an influencer, and she was like, yo, mina bra, I just feel like I don't owe anyone an explanation. And it's like, I hear you, but it's kind of unfair because you've opened up that window to your people, so they kind of expect to know what's happening. Not even like a, yeah guys, we broke up because of XYZ and he did this and I was like this, and no, just be like, hi guys, like sihlogene, that's all I'm gonna share. So don't expect to see me posting content about it anymore, especially if you're posting content about it and then all of a sudden you stop. Like, it's gonna be weird to your audience that, you know, where's this content? Why are we not getting, you know what I mean? Like, just be fair. That's all I'm saying. But at the end of the day, like, people will share what they want to share and they will not share what they don't want to share. So as a people, we must also respect that and be okay with it. Social media, what a weird jungle this place is. I feel like I've spoken so fast about everything that now I'm out of topics and I'm still not done with my makeup. What else can I talk about? Yo guys, someone please tell me why Kanye Bao edited Lasizwe like that. Why did she do that? I'd be so offended, especially because I think the main problem is that they posted the same picture, but one was edited and one was not, which means Lasizwe was actually fine with not being edited. Lasizwe is fine with how he looks. So why are you now gonna go ahead and give me a nose job when I'm perfectly fine with how I look in this image? Suspect, Inobu. I want to say self-hate, but that's a little steep. But like, it kind of does come across as that, like you're not happy with how you look and you're kind of projecting that onto everyone else, because why are you editing how someone else looks as well? Do you know what I mean? But spicy. I'm so tired of myself. I really thought that these topics would take me to the end of the video, but I realized I need to learn how to talk while doing my makeup and not stop and then continue when I'm not speaking anymore. Do you know what I'm saying? So being as this is my first one, I'm gonna need you guys to be a little kind to me. But I hope that like the things that I shared and the things that I spoke about they made sense and they were like relevant and you understand them. Again, I'm not someone who's here to shove my opinion in everyone's faces. So if that's how you feel, then you better leave this channel because you're obviously not getting the right message. But yeah, I'm just like, let's have some open dialogue, speak about the things that I was speaking about, and you know, have some nice chats. And if you guys want me to do this again, just leave the things that you'd like me to touch on in the comment section. And obviously if you have like things to say about the things that I spoke about in this video, comment that down below as well and I will engage with you. So I guess the rest of the video is just going to be like a normal makeup tutorial. I'm just going to show you like the rest of what I do with my face, okay? I mean, I did do the powder off camera, but yeah, now I'm going to be focused on the makeup for real. Guys, y'all need to not sleep on the Mr. Price makeup, okay? I remember speaking about this the first time because a lot of people were like very disappointed about it and they were like, hee, it's not great, hee, whatever. And I just feel like, fine, it is a bit confusing that like, you know, these really great makeup artists were invited to the launch event and not like amateurs like me. I mean, I was also invited, so but like the majority of the people who were at the launch event for Scarlet Hill were like really great makeup artists, so people expected like really good quality makeup. And personally, I don't think the quality is actually bad, especially for the price points, which I feel like people should have expected, especially from Mr. Price, because that is what Mr. Price is. They bring the expensive, trendy things at a lower cost, even though not at the best quality. It's still good, like it still can be sustained. Do you know what I mean? And it's exactly the same with the makeup, guys. Like, I haven't really tried the skin stuff, and I've heard that the complexion products are not very great with range, so can't really speak about that. But I mean, even high-end makeup brands are struggling with that, so really it's kind of a stretch to be like, Mr. Price, do you know what I mean? If freaking 500 rand foundations can barely get shades right, how can you expect people on a much smaller scale to be bringing you shades that not even high-end makeup brands can bring you? Like, it just doesn't make sense. That is my personal take on it. But yeah, what I was actually going to say is don't sleep. These two are so good. This is the Dream Blush palette, and guys, right now I just put this brown shade, and it kind of like bronzed and blushed at the same time, but I also really like this shade as a blush shade, if it could focus. This shade as a blush shade, especially like on my brown skin, so good. It kind of does look like this one from this palette, Yesi Signature, that I showed you guys, just the middle shade, just without the shimmer. Do you know what I mean? It's just a matte blush, and it's so good. Specifically for my complexion, this palette works. And then this contour and glow palette, I got, what did I get? I think the darkest one, honestly. But it's the one with these shades. It's got Washa, Warm Enough, Lava Trip, and Sunkissed. Look at how dark this is, especially for me. This is way too dark. Like, I can barely contour with this because it's just way too dark. I haven't tried this, but it looks really nice, because especially because it's a warm shade. So maybe I could try use this one shushu day. It's just, I'm generally not a powder contour type of girl. Like, I like cream products for my face, which is why my face mostly always looks very soft. But yeah, sorry, I wanted to show you this Sunkissed. This is like a highlight, and boy does it pop. You will see when I put it on my nose, but like, it's the one highlight that I've been using. I mean, I don't like using highlights on my cheeks anymore. That's why I don't put it there anymore. I used to, though, when I first got the palettes, but now I just use the blush, especially because this blush is already shimmery, so I don't like putting highlights on my cheeks anymore. But on my nose, girl, it be looking freaking HD or some shit like that. Like, it's really good. So in conclusion, I don't think all their products are really good, obviously. Like, I would never sit here and do a full face because, you know, like, I've tried the lipsticks, the color payoff isn't that great. Yeah, but you know, there are cons, but it's like, you look at the price points and it's like, I can't be mad at that. I really can't be mad. But considering that these are somewhat complexion products and they're still so good, and they're kind of really pigmented, especially for like, what, 60 rand, I forget. I think the critiques were a bit too harsh, and yeah, that's just how I feel. Money trees is the perfect place for shade, and that's just how I feel. Yeah. So yeah, guys, cop some Scarlet Hole at your own risk, but just know that I definitely recommend these two products. There's actually not much that I've tried. Oh, this brush is actually from them as well. I don't know where the rest of my Scarlet Hill stuff is. I don't know why I haven't tried it yet. But yeah, I guess I was just kind of drawn to these palettes. Oh, I did try the eyeshadow palettes, and those were also pretty pigmented. Like, they weren't bad. Of course, I'm not that great at eyeshadow, so who am I to judge? But for someone like me who's not trying to be buying a palette for like 300 rand to be making nonsense on my eyes and like wasting the shades, it's a very good place to start. Yeah. You guys, brows after foundation, like it's just so much better. Look at how good that brow is. Okay, so I've already done my cheeks with this one. I really love it. But yeah, so I'm gonna show you how this thing from Mr. Pratt's Scarlet Hole works, because I'm just putting it on my nose and my mouth, well, my lip line. Ma'am, okay, finish. Look at that. And then I'm just gonna do this top part here. Ma'am, oh my god, y'all better stop sleeping. That's all I have to say about that. Yeah, I think I'm done with my makeup now, guys, because I don't wear no mascara no more. Oh, I also want to show you guys this really good lip gloss that you could dupe for the Essence one. So the lip gloss I'm talking about is this lip balm from Sorbet. I don't know why they call it a balm, because bitch, this thing is so glossy, like you shall see. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Beautiful, stunning queen. What I like about this especially is, like, let's say you have lipstick on and you want to make it glossy or lip liner, it won't make this part of your lip gloss dirty because it's this type of applicator. So hop on it. It's from Sorbet, as I've already said. I'm just gonna put my wig on and I'll be back. Okay guys, I just went to eat because I was starving, and I put on my outfit for the event tonight. It's the launch of Mango store, the clothing store in Sanson City. I recently saw like all the UK girls showing these shoes that they have in Mango right now, so I wonder if we're gonna get the same stock. But anyways, I digress. Really, what I'm here to say is thanks for watching this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and of course comment down below. Let's discuss, let's talk about some things. But I also do want to say, don't take everything really personally. Like, I wasn't attacking anyone in the video, I was just sharing my opinion and thoughts on things. So my project, got my comments. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe for more content. And if you want more videos like this, let me know in the comment section down below. Okay, I'm gonna go now because I'm suffocating and I'm burning up. I need... Okay, love you guys all so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Mwah!
Hello, motherfucker, what you know about me? Yeah. How do you do, nigga? Ooh, what you know about me?